So the list of health issues that can be improved from improving bile flow and helping thin out that bile so that it flows better is really long. There's a wide variety of issues that can turn a whole person's world around when they can thin out that bile and help it flow better. But in that process of doing that, it has the ability to magnify or even create some new symptoms. And we hear from people that have issues that maybe they feel like some type of skin rash, or maybe they feel more nauseous. And what can happen is a lot of times when we thin out that bile, if bile's been backed up for a long time, a lot of toxins can be coming out a little bit faster than the body can deal with it. Now the body's got to try and figure out, what do I do with all this stuff that's been backed up for so long? So if a person just slows their efforts a little bit, like if they're using a product that we use, we're not the manufacturer of Beet Flow, but it's something we use with a lot of our clients to thin out the bile. And so they might need to reduce what they're using a little bit and slow that process down a little bit. I've also seen clients that would have like magnified symptoms that could come from what we usually see with low blood pressure. Because keep in mind that when we're looking at blood pressure, we're kind of looking at the minerals in the system, but also proteins and glucose and even filth and junk. That filth and junk can accumulate and thicken up the blood and raise the pressure needed to push it through the system. So I've seen clients that have low blood pressure, but the reality is that the blood pressure was actually higher than their real blood pressure number would have been because they had so many filth and toxins in this system. So when they start to thin out the bile and allow that detox pathway to work like it should, a lot of this filth and junk starts to leave, and then it's not there to thicken up that blood and raise the blood pressure. So their blood pressure was even lower than it looked like, and they had even fewer minerals than it looked like, because we see that a lot of that was just junk in the system that was thickening up the blood. So I'll see clients that'll have like dizzy spells or magnified depression or emotional issues when they get their bile moving. Maybe they can't sleep because blood pressure is going too low. But if they take steps to increase those mineral levels, all of a sudden they feel and function a whole lot better. And the interesting thing is that improving bile flow is really part of that process of being able to break your food down better and get more minerals out of your food and raise that mineral content and improve all those symptoms. But sometimes initially the person just has these magnified problems that just kind of show up because they're removing all this junk faster than the body has the ability to start bringing in more minerals. So we have clients use a good sea salt and maybe some mineral supplements to help lift those mineral levels, and that can really help improve those symptoms so that they can continue those efforts of thinning out that bile so that it flows better. And we'll also put a link to our video on how to lift mineral levels, and you can run over and check that out right now.